My brother, my brother.
My brother. I believe those moments every time we play it are just so prophetic, right? And I don't know if you caught this. So notice the chief in 2021 International Bible Way. You ain't seen nothing yet. And then the summer of 2022,
Oh, that's kind of
we
crazy.
we now have a song. You
Yeah,
ain't seen
yeah,
nothing yet.
yeah,
So it's just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
man, God just
yeah,
continues to
yeah.
show himself and confirm just every time, something is shifting and moving. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, welcome back. We're
What's going
back
on,
another week.
family?
We are back another week. I see you logging in. Wow. Thank you.
Um, you all know the routine. We need you to like. We need you to share. Welcome back to another episode of IBW TV Live. Man, to think about it, we actually got like a whole situation over here for IBWJ. Tuesday night, last night's conversation with Pastor elect Damian Roy and Bishop Bonnie Hunter was amazing. Then we're back tonight with IBW TV Live,
Yeah.
talking everything IBW. So listen, do us a favor. We need you to like and share. We need you to like and share. Tag 5 people in the comments. Let them know that we are live. We're talking about everything concerning the November Leadership Summit, and it is vastly approaching.
Yeah. Vastly approaching. And, we're just happy to be your host and just share all the wonderful and good things that we have going on. And I promise you, uh, the things that are happening behind the scenes to make this leadership summit impactful, rememberable, um, and just really life changing for you personally and your local ministry and even your family. It's just some great things that are happening, and we're glad, man, that IBW can serve as a catalyst for change and growth and progressing into the future.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We see Tony in the comments, Patricia Long, Alice Rogers, Kim Pendleton. Thank y'all so much for logging on tonight. Deacon Frank Cologne, we see you. Come on, let's share a little bit more, and then we will jump right into it. We'll jump right into the leadership summit. Um, but I mean, while we wait for them to share and tag, just kind of recap that conversation last night with Pastor elect Damian Roy and Bishop Bonnie Hunter, because it was so many gems. It was so much that was said in that conversation.
Yeah,
Of course, we always honor leadership. I just see our first vice president Bishop logged on, Apostle Vincent Grieve. So we honor him. We honor our chief apostle, Apostle Willie Rookard and Lady Rookard, Apostle Vincent Greaves and Lady Greaves, Apostle Heron and Lady Heron. Of course, to every bishop on the executive board, um, Bishop Robert Williams, the general secretary, and to each and every one of you, my brothers and my sisters in the faith.
yeah,
Last night, man, last night was a much needed conversation. Last night, I think we saw, I think we saw a blueprint, if you will. I think we saw a blueprint, if you will, of secession and man. So you curated the conversation. Let's dive into it.
oh man. Okay, so Bishop Bonnie Hunter kind of came out swinging. She came out guns blazing, and she was sharing just her growth, right, and how she matriculated through ministry. She would start this ministry at a season and time where no women
Yeah,
in our organization and within her immediate environment were launching ministries, and how she trailblazed the situation, and then I think the part that started, right, like somehow within the first 10 minutes of the live, she talks about how when she did not recognize her ability and the call to birthed leaders and pastors.
Yeah.
She didn't understand how she told them that it wasn't God that was sending them out,
Mm-hmm.
because in her mind she was trying to keep them, right?
Wow.
And you can go back to the tape, but she said, after some time she recognized what was happening, that she went back to them and apologized.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
We do not see that, right? We do not see that often enough. Often enough. I'm going to say often enough because I know that there are others who do make the apology, but often enough to say that they got it wrong. And I believe that it is in that humility within her heart is what has kept her, really blessed and working through the many challenges. And even to say, she's birthed somewhere around 15, 16
Mm-hmm.
sons and daughters that have gone out and launched ministries. I think
Mm-hmm.
that really speaks to, the power of God in her life and just her personal relationship with God.
Yeah.
To come to that moment, walk in humility, right? And then she even said she had a conversation with the pastor to say, how do you keep the people coming in when
Yeah.
you release so many people? And that's where you really have to trust God and what God is doing in and through your life. He's going to always send people to you when you're
Mm-hmm.
always giving and releasing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think is when we hold, that's when we block our blessings. So, I mean, it was just a very enlightening and empowering conversation, um, to have a goal and, stay the course. When I get this age, I'm releasing the ministry.
Yeah.
Um, and, even for, Pastor elect Damien to share those moments of seeing people leave, knowing there was a call on his life,
Mm-hmm.
and how in those moments, him and God had conversations, but he stayed put.
Yeah.
That's something that, you know when you hear it, that it's authentic and that is real. When so many people are, hey, let me go do my thing,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so to hear it, and then now this weekend, FCOM, bro, they got a branding. They called it FCOM, right?
Is that
Uh,
right?
they called it FCOM, man. That's so that they have their own language, they have their own culture, which is beautiful for a community of believers to be a part of something
Most definitely.
that's branded, and the power of God is there. To see the process, see the transition, and then now this coming weekend we'll see the culmination of that. And watch this. So from the conversation, Bishop was the foundation. She built the foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and Pastor Damien is expansion.
Yeah.
And she's saying, "Son, you're taking this further than I took it
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
could take it."
Yeah.
I mean, that's textbook. That's how it should go. Fathers and mothers should want to see their children go beyond where they went,
Mm-hmm.
go beyond where they are. That's why the foundation is being laid, so that they can, rest on the shoulders of giants
Yep.
and
Yep.
take it further.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, as you said, man, it was a blueprint, and it was a great conversation that we can reference. So International Bible Way, although we had a replay this morning, you can go back and see it again. You can watch from last night, or you can watch from this morning. It's a powerful conversation. Do me a favor, share it with, especially for pastors and leaders, share it with your colleagues. Share it with your colleagues. I know that there are some that are considering, who is their next, what is their next, and you
Yeah.
don't have to be afraid. Listen to this. You don't have to be afraid of transitioning out, making room for someone else. Believe God that God can reinvent you, that in the transition of you moving out of the pastoral role, that God will take care of you, whatever your needs are,
Yeah.
and that God can reinvent you and even bring you to, a greater place of producing fruit in your life. You just never know. Got to give God a chance. So yeah, share the conversation, bro. It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Hey, Alexis.
I think. Hey, Alexis. I think. I think they definitely gave us a biblical blueprint I can't. I got tongue tied. A biblical blueprint. Um, really that Moses. People for me. This is for me. People are always talking about the Elijah, Elisha transfer and of the mantle and everything. And I don't think that's the blueprint. That's not the blueprint. Elisha or Elijah was never called to lead the people of Israel. I think the blueprint is Moses, Joshua.
Yeah,
I mean, and even Bishop Hunter, I believe I heard her say last night that she had conversations of the plan before it was even announced. You know,
yeah,
and then one thing is is not being passed to him while she's on her deathbed or while she after she's passed away.
yeah,
She has had time to affirm him over and over again in front of the people.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And you look at the transition of leadership between Moses and Joshua. God tells Moses to makes him affirm Joshua in front of the people, and I think that's
yeah,
something that's so important.
yeah,
I think that's something that's so important. So, major shout out and much respect to Bishop Bonnie Hunter and Pastor like Damian Roy. I'll be in the building this weekend, supporting and pushing them in FCOM and looking forward to seeing what's coming for them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, I think because it's prevalent now. This whole conversation of
yeah,
succession. Unfortunately, we're seeing churches that were such pillars in our community, and I can speak specifically here for the DMV. That are some of them are no more because there was no succession plan. There was no passing of the mantle. Um, there was no succession.
yeah,
There was no succession. And so I think when we see a blueprint of it, because there has to be a cultural shift, there has
yeah,
to be change in order for us to progress into the future. This
absolutely.
mindset that we have to die in the pulpit, like, it has to change. It has to change.
And she even talked about, even the process for the people. She said she couldn't do what she's doing now. She couldn't do it 7 years ago, 8 years
Yeah,
ago. He wasn't
yeah,
ready.
yeah.
Although he was called, he wasn't ready. And I think
Mm,
sometimes, bro, that's the thing that people don't consider. Even with David, right, anointed at 18, but doesn't become king until he's almost 30,
yeah, yeah,
right? 12 years, the process, right? But the call was already there. It just needed to be developed and nurtured, and just some things had to happen in between that time. And so, there was a time of preparation for the people, and there was preparation time for Pastor Damien, and
most definitely.
now is the season,
Yeah, yeah,
for the
yeah.
release. And so, again, looking forward to it, praying for everyone that's involved in that process. And again, may that serve as a catalyst. You can reach out to Bishop. She's available to, share wisdom, to consult, and then sow into her life as she consult. Amen. Praise God. And help you through that transition. So, but man, and it's conversations like that, and it's situations like that that brings us to the opening of the leadership summit,
Yeah.
the conclave.
Before we even dig into the conclaves, I need to know who's registered. Who has already registered for the leadership summit? We have some exciting announcements to make. Some partnerships that are going to blow people's minds,
Ooh, yes,
that
God.
are going to be beneficial to the International Bible Way Church of Jesus Christ. So listen, just let us know in the comments if you've already registered. Let us know if you've already registered. Let us know if you've booked a room. Let us know. You say, "Hey, I haven't registered yet, but I'm about to register. I will be in Richmond, Virginia, in November." Let us know, Mother Roberts. We love you.
Hey, she said a woman of God. She talked about Bishop Hunter, a woman of God tuned into the voice of God, and
Yeah,
notice the all caps, tuned in to the voice of God. Come on, Mother Roberts, we love you tonight.
we love you, Mother Roberts. Let us know. Let us know in the comments if you've registered, if you are making plans to come to the Leadership Summit. Kim Pendleton says she's registered VIP and got
And
her
I
room.
have,
Check,
and
check,
I have,
check, 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 check. Let us know. This is gonna be an exciting time. Our chief apostle is committed to ensuring that he pours back into the leadership of the International Bible Way Church from the pulpit to the door. From the pulpit to the door. So we have something in this leadership summit for everyone, for everyone, for everyone, and it's starting on that Wednesday. Every round goes higher, Jay. So we added the conclaves this year.
yeah, yeah. We added a whole extra day of content and learning and conversation for the sake of growth, for the sake of maturity and development and expansion in your thinking, in your approach to life, in your approach to ministry, as well as uh, the information. I believe some of this information is going to be really refreshing. It's going to be new. It's going to offer different perspectives. Some of us are just a change of perspective away from the shift in our personal lives and our
Yeah,
ministry. You know,
yeah,
it's like one or two things that you need for you to really, start thriving to where you see it, to the way you see it and the way God has shown you. And I believe that in that 2.5, 3 days, man, there's going to be such a shift that's going to change, your
yeah.
life. But the conclave, man, we're talking and tackling some, very important things, and we're looking at, touching people on different levels. Right, there are going to be 3 classes happening at the same
At the same
time.
time, yeah.
At the same time, I mean, and so, for our bishops, our IBW bishops, we are talking about having Bishop Timothy J. Clark, who's already confirmed. Um, the administrators are talking, making sure that travel arrangements are done. But Bishop Timothy Clark, First Church of God in Columbus, Ohio, highly respected, highly regarded, uh, well sought after speaker, preacher, pastor,
Yeah.
leader,
Bishop.
mentor,
Yeah.
bishop, and father in the
Yeah.
gospel. And father in the gospel. And
Yeah.
so, just I think, you know, having that opportunity for him to pour into our bishops. Bishops, you do not want to miss
You can't miss
this
it.
leadership summit.
You can't miss it.
You have a virtual option and you have an in-person option.
That's right.
And this is an investment that you have to make over the next few weeks. Go ahead and make the arrangements and, meet us there in November, either virtually or in person. You gotta be
It's no
in the building for this.
it's
Hey
no excuse.
Jalen.
What's up, Jalen? IYPU student council president is she says she'll see us in November. It's no excuse for you to miss the information in person or virtual. Bishop Timothy Clark is a world-renowned jewel, and the
Hmm.
IBW bishops will have what's the conclave? 2.5 hours is a 2.5 hour working session.
Yeah,
Where it's gonna be an amazing time. You cannot miss this time, and then we're coming back for all of our senior pastors. We're
yeah,
coming back with all. We're coming. We got a conclave specifically for our senior pastors, led by Overseer Evan Risher from Houston, Texas.
yeah.
And what is he talking about on Wednesday?
That one for the pastors specifically. You're talking about church growth,
Oh, we're talking about church growth.
0 to 500. Again, listen, we are rich in spirituality. We are rich in tongue talking, dancing, expression of worship,
Oh, they can't out church. Nobody can out churches. I don't think
expression
they.
of praise. But the one thing that we can use is strategy.
Strategy, strategy,
How do we grow our churches?
strategy. Yep, yep.
How do we sit
Strategy,
down with our teams and
strategy.
talk about growing our churches? What are some things that we can be more intentional in
Yeah.
doing, right? Whether it is stopping something,
Yep.
continuing something, or starting something.
Yep.
What can we be more intentional in that will help our church to grow in quantity and in quality?
Yeah. 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 His workshop called 0 to 500, and Evan Risher, I believe is a church. He planted a church in Texas.
Hmm.
I want to say they may be under 10 years old.
They
Uh,
just turned 10 last weekend,
turned
bro.
10, over 500 members, thriving ministry. And again, when we talk about 0 to 500, we're talking about church growth. We're not talking about gimmicks. Because if you got to do gimmicks to keep them, get them. You got to do gimmicks to keep them, right? We're talking about biblically based strategies on how to grow your church. We have a lot of pastors who just planted churches, and this conclave is going to bless you. All right. So again, for the IBW bishops, your conclave is with Bishop Timothy Clark, and then for our senior pastors, you're with overseer Evan Risher, and it's going to be a life changing experience. And it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. For our secondary leaders, for our executive pastors, for our assistant pastors, all the way to our ushers at the door, wherever you find yourself, because we're all leaders in some capacity. We will be blessed to be with Bishop J.J. Jackson, who's going to be talking about the significant second. What if you're called to be number two? What if
Mm,
what if you're called to be number two? It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that at all. And then uh, Bishop Dr. Sean Sewell is going to be talking about leadership from a biblical perspective. So man, that's the one I'm gonna be in. Besides us running around, you know what I mean. That's the one I'm gonna be in. But Wednesday is going to be a power pack day. Wednesday is going to be a power pack day of learning, of growth, of information, of knowledge, and also a fellowship. Because here's the
yeah,
thing. I mean, even in, one good thing about the time that we have, Jay, is pastors are going to be able to talk. They're going to be able to not only listen to Overseer Risher, but also share strategies, share struggles. Hey, maybe my brother next to me may have the answer that I'm looking for.
yeah,
Maybe I may have the answer that somebody else is looking for.
yeah,
It's going to be a power pack day.
yeah. And I think, that's going to be time needed, right, to come together, have conversations that we don't normally have in, these types of settings. You know, um, most of the time, someone preaches, someone gives a seminar, workshop. We listen, we take notes, and then, we kind of, move out. This particular one, because of the time that's allotted, we'll be able to discuss,
Yeah,
the various intricacies of each subject that's being taught, which I think is, also pivotal because that'll help bring understanding. And when we have that understanding, we'll be able to take it back to our local areas and, move ministry forward.
that's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited. You know, I fall in with Bishop J.J. Jackson and Bishop Sewell. So that's where I'm gonna be. You gonna be with Overseer Richard. You leave me behind. You gonna be with Overseer Richard.
I think my executive pastor is gonna be in that one, brother. I think I might go on over, let her take the notes with Risher, and then I'll be with Bishop J.J. Jackson or Dr. Seuss, either way, or vice versa. She
I
could be
I
with.
think we may have leeway to go on all three, maybe.
I mean, yeah, we gotta find a way. We gotta pull from all three as best as we can. But
Man,
it just speaks to the level of information that we're gonna have, because the times that we're living in, there is so much going on, and there are so many things that we need to help build us, and sometimes we don't always know where to find it. We don't
yeah,
know where to find them, and sometimes we may not see it within our immediate environment. So we're bringing all of this to Richmond, Virginia, November 9th through the 11th. We're bringing this to November 9th through the 11th to Richmond, Virginia, and you want to be in the building, or the virtual building physically, or the virtual building. It's up to you. Plan accordingly. Let's get connected. Let's stay connected over the next month, 2 months. We're going to be sharing different promotional information about our speakers. We're going to post some clips so you can get familiar with them. None of our speakers are novice. They all have a level of excellence that they operate on, that and they've ministered across the world. They
yeah,
are global preachers and leaders, and so they're very well versed in the subjects that they will be talking about on that day. And so bro, I'm really excited, and I think the conclave is the perfect introduction to that weekend.
most definitely, most definitely. I think it's a great addition to what we already do as well.
Yeah.
We have several additions, this year that we're doing, of course, for our VIP and our regular registration members, registrants. But I think the conclave is a great addition again of just that time of growth, of that time of being challenged, of being
Yeah.
stretched. You know what I mean? Of being confronted, really. Of our mindsets being confronted, of our strategies being confronted,
Hmm.
of the ways that we've kind of been set in being confronted, so that we can be challenged to grow and try different things. So, man, I'm excited about the Leadership Summit altogether, but I am most definitely excited about the conclaves on Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's gonna be something special, man. So I want everybody to, bring, whatever resources you have where you take notes, so that you can, just get as much as you can. We don't want to give you information overload, but with the level of information that we're going to have, I'm sure at some point you're going to need a moment, right? So we will stream this virtually. You will have access to this after the conference,
Yeah.
um,
Yep.
and you'll be able to just go back and see some things that you may have missed, that are pertinent to, where you are, in life and ministry. But I mean, bro, I'm extremely excited. I'm trying to, just keep calm. We got things brewing. We got things that's being, constructed and
Yeah.
discussed and negotiated. And I promise you, as we always do, there's always something new that's happening in IBW to help strengthen where we are going.
Yep.
IBW, um, we want to see our churches that are connected to us strong, our churches that are connected to us in a place where they're thriving. And it's not about the size of your membership, gonna have, because
Yeah.
it is about the size of the power of the Holy Ghost in what you are doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Jesus takes 12 and turns the world upside down.
Mhm.
That 12 grows to 70, that 70 to 3,000. I mean, and so, really when you're operating in the Holy Spirit, things happen and they grow in an exponential manner. So don't worry about the numbers. Strengthen what you have,
Yeah, that's it.
strengthen what you
That's it.
have,
That's it.
and grow and do the work of the Lord, do the work of the kingdom, do the business of the kingdom of God, and do
Yep.
it well.
Yep.
That's why we're having this conference, because we believe that there's seeds of greatness in all of our pastors, in their congregations, to what God is calling them to do in this season, bro. And I'm excited.
Yes, it's going to be amazing time. So listen, you all don't wait. Get registered. There is limited VIP registrations. Once VIP is sold out, it's sold out. So please don't register. I mean, don't wait to register. $100 for virtual registration, $150 for regular registration, and then $200 for VIP registration. Again, um, in the weeks coming forward, we will outline what is being given. This year, we have some amazing things to give to our registrants, both regular registrants and VIP registrants. We have some amazing giveaways to give you. We have some amazing things to give you so that you'll walk away with. So don't wait to register. Again, $100 virtual registration. Virtual registration is open right now, so there is no excuse for you to miss this opportunity to grow, to expand, and to be challenged. And then in person is 150, and VIP is $200. I'm excited. It's going to be an amazing time in Richmond. As you know, as we always say, every round goes higher. And so this is the second year for the IBW Leadership Summit. And listen, when I say we have some amazing announcements that are coming, I wish we could release it tonight, but we can't. Okay, we can't. I
Yeah.
wish we could, but we can't. But we have some amazing announcements coming, some amazing things to share that are going to benefit IBW. And then, of course, we'll have the speakers on that's going to talk to us. We'll have our presidium on. We'll have some other guests on. But listen, you do not want to miss the IBW Leadership Summit, November 9th to the 11th in Richmond, Virginia.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. And you know, I'm grateful, man, that we have this opportunity to um, share and expose our organization. And listen to this. Listen to this. As we've announced the speakers, half of the speakers are all within our organization.
Most definitely.
So you see the value of the people within our
Yep.
organization. You'll
Yep.
see what they're able to do, what they're able to deliver, and why International Bible Way is such a force,
Yep.
to be reckoned with, right?
That's
And
right.
as
That's
we
right.
are progressing into the future,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's what this is about. It's
Yeah.
about preparing our leaders, our people for the future. A lot of dynamics of ministry has changed, but there are some core principles and core beliefs that we must be reminded of, and then take that along with the information that will be shared, and move things forward. I mean, I believe God, man, for this
Yeah.
next move. I mean, really.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So listen, we will see y'all. It's a good time to be a part of International Bible Way.
Yeah.
I said it before. I'm going to continue to say it. It's a great time to be a part of International Bible Way, and we can't wait until the Leadership Summit in November.
Yeah. So listen, go to internationalbibleway.org, click on events, and you'll see the Leadership Summit flyer. Um, and click on that, and it'll have the registration links, and it'll take you right there. We have some special um, toolkits that we are preparing, for you, and that's why we want you to register. That's why we want you to. Um, that's why we want you to register. That's why we want you to be connected to what is happening. All right, and so, um, bro, I'm good for tonight. Wanted to get the information about the
Yeah,
conclave.
yeah,
And you know what? Since we're on Wednesday, it's going to that Wednesday is going to end in a reception that evening. So again, that first day is really going to be exceptional. It is going to be, social. It's going to be spiritual. Is going to be monumental, and we want you in the building. So, bro, that's all I have tonight.
Man, we can't wait to see y'all in November. Again, don't wait. Register. Remember, there is limited VIP registration. So once it's gone, it's gone. All right. So don't wait. Register. Join us next Tuesday. There'll be another great conversation next Tuesday, and then we'll be right back here on Wednesday on IBW TV Live. Go ahead, bro.
Next Tuesday is actually, listen to this, y'all. It is going to be a conversation with Apostle John Gray, talking about his book. We're going the next 4 Tuesdays is going to be a series of authors that have written books within our organization. And they're going to be talking about the book. So we got Apostle John Gray, who's going to talk about Keep Your Clothes On.
Yeah.
We have Bishop Dr. Ricky Carr, who's going to talk about Jesus, the businessman.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about church business. Then we have Dr. Angelo Logan, The Power to Prosper. And then we have Overseer or District Elder Scott Rosen talking about dying to live.
Yeah.
Whew, the search for significance.
Yeah.
Man, Tuesday nights, you want to tune in at 8 p.m. is going to be something. And then we're going to come on Wednesday, and you're going to see some of our guests that will be presenting with us on those Wednesdays. And we got something else lined up.
I think we can announce that next week, Jay. I think we can announce that next week.
Yeah, let's hurry up and get off before I spill it, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can hold it. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, we'll discuss that next week. But it's some good things happening.
Yes, sir. So everybody have a great night. Those of you'll probably be watching the replay. We'll share it in the morning. The replay will be in the morning at 10 a.m. But thank you all for logging in tonight again. We're coming back next week with some updates and more information. Share this conversation, pastors, bishops, leaders, laity. Call your cousins, your colleagues. Tell them about this conference. There are some other churches outside of our organization that needs this information. Share this with them. Share this with them, especially those who are in, the Richmond area, Petersburg, Virginia area, Northern Virginia area, North Carolina area. I mean, tell them about what's happening. Yeah. Bishop Hardy, I can't wait to see you in November, man. It's going to be,
yes, sir.
A blessed time. So, thank you all for joining in tonight, bro. Last words.
Man, again, let's make sure we tune in this weekend. Let's support, whether you're in person or it will be streamed. Let's support Pastor-elect Damian Roy and Bishop Bonnie Hunter and FCOM. And again, don't wait. Register for the Leadership Summit, virtual or in person. I promise you, these next announcements that we will give, these next things that we have coming up, it's going to be amazing. So you don't want to miss it. All right. Listen, family, we love you. Thank you as always for tuning in with us on Wednesday nights. For those of you who are watching the replay, thank you as well for tuning in with us. Join us next Tuesday. Join us back here again on Wednesday. We'll see you next time.
Rise up, church! Rise up on your children!